Every great and significant successful business has been built on great decisions. Yet, where do those great decisions come from? Well, Tony Robbins has always said that it's 80% psychology and your state of awareness, your state of mind, and 20% strategy. Yet, most business leaders spend 80% of their time on the strategy and very little time on the state that they're in. And what is that state? Well, it's really a peak state that really gives you the right thought at the right time to make the right decision and take the right action. So what we've been doing over the last few months, my business partner has been working with over the last 2 years, integrating the principles of anchoring, a peak state anchoring with a Tony Robbins coach. And he's taken it to an even deeper level because he is a former full-time meditating monk for 15 years. And he just has that ability to refine things and take them to an even more deeper and powerful level. So he's actually anchored 93 people in the peak state, and every single one of them has loved it. They've noticed a significant shift in their ability to be in the peak state. Now, a peak state is something that every single one of us has experienced in our past, maybe in our present, and even when we think about our future. Because a peak state is something that we want to be in naturally. And it could have been an experience from childhood, from teenagehood, from sports, from relationships. We've all had moments of being in that peak state. Now, the problem with that is that they can tend to be random. So when you have a systematic process to anchor yourself in that peak state before any important decision, before anything that you start or conversation that you have or meeting that you have, then you're in a far greater state or better perspective to have a greatest influence on those around you and indeed on yourself, and to bring out that great decision that's going to make everything work and be protected going forward. So what we're doing now is we're going to offer this. We're going to give another 100 free sessions to US business leaders. Why US business leaders? Because the US economy has a huge influence on the fortunes of many people, not only in the US, but also globally. So we want to offer this to business leaders in the United States to have a free peak state anchoring session with us. And then we'll also talk about how you can be established in this peak state. So it's not just something you're always having to go to, but you can actually be naturally and automatically established there. And so this is a 45 to 60 minute session where we go through a process, and it involves your physiology, some language, and also a focus, and really enlivening that peak state that you've already been familiar with in some way, shape, or form, about your past, even in your present or your future, and making it very personal and relevant to you. So it really is something that becomes a natural neurological association that you create this wiring where you're able to be in a peak state most of the time, especially around those important decisions. So if that sounds like something you'd really like to experience, we'd love to give this to you for free and have the experience of really knowing how to be in a peak state before any important decision. So if that interests you, then just DM me or comment below and I'll get back with you and we'll organize a time.